Hey anyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Abhi on Camera, where tonight we're watching episode 3 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. It has been 3 very long weeks for me since the first 2 episodes came out, where I've been eagerly wanting to watch the episodes, but I can't because I wanted to make a video on them, and I've been avoiding any and all spoilers I can, but after all that waiting, I'm finally ready to get back into the show. Just as a little recap, this show may not be the one-to-one perfect adaptation we were all hoping for. But at least as of the first 2 episodes, it maintains the spirit of that first book. And that's what Rick Roy Orton has decided. Rick Orton is an author I trust. So I trust him that if he chooses to change the story, he's choosing it for a good reason. I mean, all he needs to do is compare all the stuff he's writing now compared to how he was writing back in the beginning of Percy Jackson. There's a notable difference. I mean, it's not the same. He's not the same writer. The world isn't the same. And so it feels like it's almost like, hey, this is version 2 of Percy Jackson. I'm going to stop wasting time. If you enjoy this video, consider hitting the like button. If you want to see more of my content, consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you want to help me out a little and keep these videos coming, consider hitting the join button down below and becoming a member of the channel for as little as $1 a month. Depending on what tier you are, there are a bunch of cool perks like chatting with me on Discord, getting my videos early, getting cool little icons next to your name when you comment. Now, of course, you don't have to do that. You can watch this for free. I don't mind. And if you don't want to do any of those things, then let's just get into the episode. Hey, the Oracle. I was almost doubting for a second whether we'd see it. Now let's see how she works. Will she do the smoky thing like she did in the books?
You've said so.
Yay, the smoke! And will the smoke turn into Gabe? The smoke will turn into Gabe, right? Is Gabe.
Really?
You shall go west and
Look at that. Exact book accuracy there.
The Oracle has confirmed.
Wait, what happened to the rest of the lines?
Quest will proceed
Did they hide it off
underworld,
for like a dramatic reveal later?
where you will confront the god that we succeed.
Annabeth.
That was easy.
One waits to at least hear a name or two before choosing.
I do like this though,
Want to hear more?
where it's like there are some choices. I don't know. In the book, it's just like, hey, look, these ones are coming, and you just make private decisions for these quests most of the time.
Be hard to get.
But it's interesting to set up a whole big ceremony to see
Someone
where other campers get at least a chance to be chosen.
you want someone who won't hesitate when they do it.
Well, that's
Fate shall be
interesting reason to choose Annabeth.
you shall be betrayed.
Oh, well, that explains that.
Who calls you
The shoes.
I brought you this.
I like this too. Again, in the book, they just have this weird scene where they stop just over the hill, just in front of the car, and then that's where they get the things. Percy gets the sword, and Percy gets the shoes. It makes more sense to put that a little earlier. Why would you wait until the last second to give these? Maya.
Maya.
Ooh, look at that. Only one wing, and the way it like grows out of the laces.
A gift.
Gift from your dad. Totally not cursed at all. Don't worry about it.
Choosing you. Mrs. Stotts? Yes.
Here's something I want to mention that is so much nicer for this TV show. In that first book of Percy Jackson, at least early days of Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan kept trying to do this thing where names had power, right? And it was just like, oh, we can't call things by their actual name. Like they can't say Zeus, or you couldn't say this, you couldn't say the Furies, you had to say the kindly ones. And I'm so glad they kind of just like dropped that,
She made a pine cone.
because it's such a headache to have to take care of like, okay, here's a mythological name, and here's their nickname to nickname, and here's this. It's so much easier to just be like, all right, we'll call them what they actually are. He abandoned that in the books, and it's good to just make that not a non-issue in the TV show as well.
Sorry, I assumed someone had told you.
The only people telling him things are you at this point.
Stop us.
So why are you clapping?
Better idea. Because a guy
What are you doing?
can't get along. You get a few rounds in, and you'd be amazed at how disagreements just kind of.
You know what? I'm pretty sure that song works because everyone is so annoyed by the song that they're like, okay, well, stop arguing. Just shut up.
Chips is
Who's that? You got music playing and you look interesting.
Monsters can't be avoided entirely.
It's a monster.
Common than you think.
Well, actually, no, it's one of the Furies.
The trick
We should see the other two apparently, right? At least one of them.
they spot you.
I smell fear.
That's bees. The monster senses kind of depends on the monster. Some are better at sensing your inadequacy
Hey, she's right there behind
for glory.
the newspaper.
if you guys were better at your job, I
You
might not
talking to her?
so easily.
You know, I wasn't expecting her to just talk to a Fury.
Almost did right once.
Perhaps the most formidable demigod child alive.
Why are you here?
It's
I'm
interesting
here to collect your friend.
that they're razzing Annabeth up so much.
Question orders, bring him in quick.
I mean, the most formidable demigod alive.
Lure him
They never really
inside
said that
something.
directly to Annabeth.
Flee away from
Maybe later on the series, but
on unimpeded and
now they're just making it very,
we both know.
especially the formidable part, all around formidable instead of just like the smartest. Watch out! Ow! Don't you think? That was easy. Are we missing someone though?
Let's go. What do we need a phone for? We don't need help. We're fine.
Also, phones
We're fine.
attract monsters,
We haven't even gotten to
unless that's been dropped.
wandering through a forest. I don't even. What was that supposed to mean? Afraid of who I am? I'm not afraid.
I mean, you're probably a little afraid.
You are.
Why don't we ask her for help?
Grover, will you explain to your friend that he needs to pull himself together?
Pull himself together. He doesn't know anything.
Can you?
Oh, she's still here though.
What?
Auntie M's.
Auntie M has a garden full of petrified stone folks. This is someone from our world, all right?
Oh, really?
Anyone want to guess what M is short for?
Well, you certainly figured it out faster this time than you did in the books.
If you have something to resolve, why
Hi, Nora.
I'll help. Limb from limb.
Something tells me that Medusa here is going to be
Choice is yours.
lightened. The book already went a few steps in trying to make it cruel what Athena did to her. But
Explain it.
I'm betting that
My mom used to
this show is going to go even further
point was always
down the. I'm trying to say is that in newer versions of her of telling, it's less of like oh she was just having fun with Poseidon and more closer to rape in terms of the story, and I'm pretty sure this is leaning closer to that, really telling events. But we'll see. Like the TV show said back in episode 1, not every monster is a monster. And this is definitely a top candidate for that distinction.
You're concerned I would hold a grudge against you simply because you are a daughter of Athena?
Well, you did in the books.
Shouldn't be.
So you're not a monster. What are you then?
A woman with very, very dangerous eyeballs.
It's a fear.
Always.
The gods.
Yeah. I wonder if this is going to be a through point story for Annabeth for the rest of the season.
They want
Right?
us to believe
She seems to be super, like,
not what happened. And
she holds up Athena on this pedestal. And I wonder if she's going to be, like, broken down by the end of it.
Something's burning.
get ready to run.
Also, seeing this confrontation, right, makes me think of Heroes of Olympus, where Annabeth has to face Arachne. Arachne? I don't know how that's pronounced out loud, but same story, right? She was a weaver who beat Athena in a competition, and Athena got super jealous and turned her into a spider monster. Important things. This definitely seems like a do you really trust each other type of episode. Interesting, this version of Medusa. Seemingly like I will side with you, Percy. Rather than in the books where it's like, I'll kill you all. It's fine. Ooh, snake hair. Show us the snake hair. Or don't. You leave it off for a few more seconds. So used to like various more cartoony versions of Medusa where her snake hair is prehensile and it's all just like pss, 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 over her head. This is more just like a clump of snakes on her head. No floatiness, just hello. Medusa? Why'd you get all national treasure in your basement? Jesus, this really is a national treasure. I was joking. Right, you light the fire and it goes down and lights the whole underground area. Ooh.
As soon as you hear me say Maya, you guys start.
You shouldn't have said that. Alright. Well, bye. Hope you come back. Oh. I'm just sitting here enamored with the episode. I got to meet Jessica Parker Kennedy. Which was super cool because, you know, I watched The Flash. I put a few of my reactions on this channel, and out of all this entire cast, besides Arian, she's the one I'm actually most familiar with because of The Flash. So it was really cool to meet her in person. Ah, so close to almost got her. Oof. Very PG-13 way of cutting her head off. I was wondering if they were going to cut her head off because, you know, they've been toning it down so much in this show. But, well, that answered the question. Invisibility hat, you don't have to see any gore whatsoever. I mean, after all, look how powerful that hat is. Her body's been disattached, but it's not there.
Oh, man.
You found it?
No, there's just another invisible decapitated head on the floor. I still don't know how they're going to justify using this head to murder this version of Spelly Gabe. Oh, but with this, that means they're going to kill Electo twice. Bye-bye. Jeez, she's going to be so pissed off.
What is it?
He found Uncle Ferdinand.
We can't just leave it for someone to find.
I mean,
Leave the hat on.
you should really keep it with you.
Keep it safe.
Let's be frank here. Considering everything that's gonna happen, you should just keep it.
Can we talk about the bigger?
Can you imagine how confusing that must be for him? Feeling like
Good job, Grover. This is how you get consensus.
the only person
Not with the
who's
song.
ever cared about him.
Okay?
Well,
You shall be betrayed by
I can't remember, but didn't he keep this line a secret?
to save what matters most in the end.
In the books, at least he kept it a secret for a lot longer than this.
I chose her.
Well, it's brutal honesty at least. Ah, don't worry. Anybody who's read the books knows that you two will be together. As weird as that is, I don't know. Suddenly that seems so much weirder having met these two in person.
What'd you say?
He cut her head off.
I cut off her head.
Exactly.
I think I've got a better idea what to do with this.
Impertinent. I don't know why that word always sticks out to me. But you better use it.
She ships these things
Because the gods won't like it?
at all.
What does he care?
That's what you do with danger.
They will see this as impertinent.
Yes, the word, impertinent.
We're not really. Very not. Look.
He's gonna sing this song back there. Yeah. Oh. Hi, it's Hermes. Hi, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. I can't wait to see Olympus in the final episode. I hope they give us the entire city, but I don't know if they have the budget for it. You had to sing a little bit. You just had to put a little bit of music in there, didn't you?
Mount Olympus Causeway.
Hard to see past Lin-Manuel Miranda to see Hermes. That was episode 3. We got to visit the Garden Gnome Emporium, and more importantly, we got to see Medusa. It feels interesting, especially in this episode. You can feel it a little bit more, I guess, that despite this being a show, right? It's a good like 6-8 episode show. it still feels like it's rushing through the events of the books. And I mean, I don't hate that, but it's just something that struck me. Very interesting how they rewrote the Medusa portion. Rather than just accidentally into Medusa, they're directly on the run from Alecto. Instead of just like implied, we got to keep moving, the monsters are after us. They're directly on the run for her, and then they run into Auntie M's Gardenum Emporium. And unlike the books, they know exactly what it is when they see it. They're like, oh shit, oh, we know exactly what's going on here. Stone statues, Auntie M, this is Medusa. But they choose to go in despite that, because it's, okay, the safer of two evils. They haven't outright changed the Medusa story like I was thinking they might for a second there. But they certainly have done more to emphasize that human was done, that she was wronged. In the book, they do mention it a little bit, but the way they phrase it seems to give her more at fault. This one is far more serious, and this wasn't really her fault thing. It's Poseidon's fault, and it's Athena's fault for being vindictive. And something tells me the way that Medusa was like, I was you, is that Athena's vindictiveness will probably come back to haunt Annabeth sometime in this series. In the book, the head got shipped off to Olympus, and we think that we hear the gods are a little bit annoyed, and they ship the head back at the end, and that's pretty much all that's to come to it. But what if we ship off the head this time, and I don't know, Athena gets annoyed at Annabeth, and she does something to hinder them later on. It's only a guess, but that would help explain this more, help give more long-running threads throughout the entire series, rather than just, okay, here's a little story, here's a little story, here's a little story here. Okay, I still think I'm a little jet lagged, so I don't think I know what else to say about this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. What was your favorite part of this episode? Over here is the next reaction, whenever that comes out. Over here is a place to my videos. And on my face is the subscribe button. Like, comment, subscribe, criticize even. I don't mind. See ya.